Welcome back to Minor League Esports, presented by APM Music. I'm Bear, and here with me is Luke. Luke, why don't you give us the lineups?
Sorry, Lee just made us laugh. Our broadcaster, love the man. He's working his tail off to get this show running for y'all. But we are here. We just came off an amazing win for the Hurricanes in the Champions League. But now we're going to go down to the Academy League, where another divisional matchup, as again, this is all divisional matchup week, will commence. We have the Puffins versus the Foxes. They have played their 2 series, another 3-2 result, which the Puffins came out on top. They said, scratch our lineups, we're going brand new here, and we're going to reset it all. Puffins with a whole new set of 3 playing tonight, and the Foxes only bringing back Raspy. So it's going to be a whole new setup, whole new chemistry being tested tonight, and I'm intrigued to see who wins this.
Absolutely. It's going to be a very good match. I believe you said it's Academy League, and Academy League always has something in store for us that's great. I know I'm a Foundation League, so they're moving a little faster than I do, so I can't wait to watch them, play ping pong, make many amazing goals that, you just don't see every day.
Absolutely. And a big thing you see is players in Academy League, you don't see as much control with the ball. You see a lot more of, let's make the opponents as awkward as we can and make them force these mistakes out. That will give us the advantage and the win in the end. So I'm going to be intrigued to see who's going to make that first kind of dent into the defense in this matchup, and I'm excited to see how it turns out.
Absolutely. It looks like we might have just got the game started. We've got the Puffins already trying to make a shot on goal over in the Foxes area, but the Foxes are defending fairly well. Foxes actually started off on offense, but now they're playing defense as the Puffins are putting a whole lot of pressure on them. But the Foxes are coming back out of nowhere and trying to take it down court. What do you have to say about the way the ping pong is going so far?
Definitely intriguing. They both actually have a third man playing in goalie. It's very intriguing to see. It's like playing a 2v2, but with the goalie as well. I mean, I guess that's one way to play it. Is it works out. Great 1-2-3 from the Foxes opens the scoring.
Absolutely. It looks like they almost double committed there, but if you're going to double commit, you might as well make it work, and that's exactly what Wesley did.
He wanted to make sure it was going. It's like just in case, just in case I'm here to help out.
Absolutely. We got Frost and Raspy Dingo on kickoff. Here's Ant just trying to get a little bit of aggression going towards the Foxins for the Puffins. Jawbreaker's knocking it mid, trying to keep it over on the Fox's side. He's maybe looking for a teammate mid now. Yes, he is, but Frost not able to quite connect with the ball. Oh, and there is a score by Sup Hot Boy. I'll let you go ahead and talk about that.
Another great, this is another great passing play. Clearly the Fox is showing, hey, we can bring out the team plays. This is not all just about ping pong. And what they're doing is they're playing that third man back, and they're kind of playing in a lot style player where he plays that kind of upfield cherry picker, and it's worked twice now. And Fox is in a great lead to start game number 1.
Absolutely. It's almost like the Foxes are playing defense until they have to play offense. However, they just play defense, and yet the Puffins broke through. I'll let you talk about this one, too.
I mean, definitely an interesting way to make it work out. I mean, they did play defense, but very awkward positioning by the goalkeeper, and he kind of ends up just circling around, not really in a position to make a good clear. That's just a free cleanup for Frost.
Absolutely. Frost over here with a demo already on Wesley, trying to just get the ball towards the Fox's net, maybe tie up the score. Here's Jawbreaker looking for a teammate mid, but Raspy's going to knock it away. But Ant's here. He's going to clean up, try and hit it towards the net, and Wesley's going to clear it. But here's Jawbreaker up for the ball, and he's carrying it until he gets knocked away by Raspy.
And again, now we're seeing a little bit more slowdown. We're not going to have as many overcommits. Clearly just waiting for this mistouch by one of the defenders. Raspy gets a really awkward one here, and the Puffins not going to commit that third just yet. Frost going to be doing a little more patient, but it might backfire. Wesley with a floater, and that sinks in for the 2-goal lead once again.
Absolutely. It looks like Foxes are just trying to do whatever they can to go ahead and try and secure their win as soon as possible. They're getting three goals now against 1, so the question is, are they going to be able to seal the deal throughout the series, or is it just a little bit of a lucky start?
Absolutely. And again, this is a very intriguing one. Wow, Ant almost with a beautiful bump. We're not able to put it in. But again, it's all going to come down to, can the Puffins kind of create this team chemistry that the Foxes have already shown in this first 2 minutes? I mean, 3 goals in 2 minutes is very impressive. On the offensive accountability, because not really defensive errors why they scored. It was more of an offensive presence that the Foxes started this game out with, as they're really trying to score again. So now the Puffins, can they show that chemistry that we've seen from the other side?
Absolutely, and here's the Puffins actually having to play a little bit of defense. They're getting Foxes are getting a few demos on them, just trying to keep the pressure going against that backboard, trying to get an even higher lead. They're already in the lead 3-1 with a 2-point difference, but they're still just trying to look for another shot, and there Raspy Dingo is with another shot on net.
The only guy who played in the 2 series, really trying to make up for the Game 5 loss. It was a 1-goal loss, I think 3-2, that lost in that series. And again, when it's a divisional rival, and these series mean so much against each other, these head-to-heads, it's not something you want to give up so easily. So he has a lot to prove in this 3 series. Only one player who's returning for the 3s match, and we're going to have to see if he can keep this up, if this is going to be a continuous trait, because right now the Puffins just look like they're getting outplayed.
Absolutely, and he's definitely one of the members on the Foxes able to do that, but the Puffins are going to shut us up. We say they're getting outplayed, and then they score one. They're like, we cannot let these commentators be right about anything.
I mean, is our job supposed to be easy? Come on, Bear. Our job is not supposed to be easy. Our job is supposed to be very difficult. But again, another defensive error from the Foxes, and the Puffins, I think their win condition here is just keep peppering shots on net. Eventually, there's going to be a defensive miss from the Foxes, and they can just capitalize on it. Again, this game is not over. I mean, 6 goals in 3 minutes is a lot, and I think there could be a ton more on the way.
Absolutely. We get into this, and the Puffins already trying to play offense, looking for another defensive breakdown by the Foxes, but the Foxes aren't going to give it to them. I say that, but here we are, Ant with a shot. It's going to go off the backboard, coming down in front of the net. Super Hot is going to knock it away. Here's Raspy Dingo now knocking it, getting a good clear over to the Puffin side, just trying to get a shot on net. Ant just trying to get it away from their goal, trying to get a clear over to the Foxes side. There's a lot of aggression, and Super Hot is going to be the one to put it in. Let's get a little analysis on this goal.
Yeah, Jawbreaker put himself in a very awkward position. That bounce just goes out too much that he can't really play around it. And again, another open net opportunity for both teams. Again, this third man, while he's been really good at these counter-attack plays, on the defensive side, they've just been really put into awkward situations and not able to capitalize. And the offense really just has an open net to put it on.
Yeah, and that's exactly what the offense is looking for. A quick, easy goal is better than a long, fancy one that's easy to block. And Absolutely. So they're just taking these open nets and making them turn into score. We've got just under a minute left, and Puffins are trying to clear it over to Fox's side, trying to get the score tied, maybe take it into overtime if they can't win it in the time. But Foxes are not going to allow them to do that as they're trying to get clears, maybe get another shot here. Jawbreaker with an awesome save. Wesley trying to get a shot on net, but Jawbreaker just says no to him. And here it is in front of the Puffins net again, but Jawbreaker is going to carry it all the way down to the Foxes. What do you have to say about the reverse aggression from the Puffins after playing a long defensive game? I'm
actually really happy that they haven't decided to go like this route of just keep these passing plays going, keep forcing defensive errors out. As I say that, a big opportunity saved by Raspy, making that defensive effort that he needs to. He's really stepped up in the later half of this game. But going back to what you asked, you know, the Foxes know their win condition. They know what they have to do to win this series and put themselves in a good spot in the standings early on this season, and we saw it. They set the tone early. They set kind of that aggressive passing early, which made the Puffins so off their game and so out of position, having to be like, are they going to pass it? Are they going to, you know, just go for a shot? And it just felt like they were just all over the place until like the later half.
Absolutely. One funny thing about Rocket League is consistency is key, but consistency can also kill you, because if you're consistently doing the same passes and the same plays, the other team's going to pick up on that and be ready to defend against it. But I agree, they're doing a very good job on trying new things and keeping the other team from being able to defend.
Absolutely. And you're just going to have to see the Puffins, they understand what they're going up against now. They do have the lower average salary players. They do have 2 10.5s playing, where the Foxes only have 1, so you do use that to your advantage. But on the side of the Puffins, they have the highest salary player in this lobby, which is Jawbreaker. So he's going to have to be that man who says, I got y'all. I'll put this team on my back and make it work. So hopefully we can see him kind of turn this around and say, hey guys, let's regroup, let's replan how we're playing this, and let's make a comeback here. Because again, not a great looking start, especially on the defensive side of the pitch. They got to do a lot of adjustments to stop this Fox's offense.
Absolutely. And Fox is already trying to play offense. Almost got a shot from Wesley. Super Hot Boy, sorry. Almost getting a perfect pass to Wesley. Here we are again. Fox is trying to play offensive early and get a mistake out of the Puffins, which is kind of what the Puffins were doing last game. But here we are, Puffins now on offense. An awesome save by Super Hot and a good shot from Ant. What do you have to say about the aggression this early in the game? We're only 30 seconds in and lots of saves already.
I'm definitely a little worried about the Foxes. Again, a great passing play again for the Foxes, showing that they have that passing mindset still. But the thing is, as I say that, there's an own goal on the field. But it's as I said, the Foxes, when you take your foot off the gas like they did in game number 1 and kind of lighten up that scoring, it's really hard to get your foot back on it and just say, hey, we got to get back to aggressive. And it might take a couple goals and you give up to say, oh, wow, we got to play this differently. And hopefully they're going to realize, wow, we got to go back to how we were playing at the beginning of game number 1, or else this 1-0 lead might be a bit grayer of a distance than it was at the start.
Absolutely. And right as we say that, there's a pass play. It looks like the pass was from Super Hot and Raspy Dingo with the shot. However, that was almost off the corner into the goal. Very good pressure by Raspy to get a goal there.
Another awkward positioning as well. So clearly the awkward positioning on these bounces still plaguing the Puffins. And we're going to have to see if they can do something about it. Another shot opportunity here, and he slots it home. Raspy Dingo.
Wow. Raspy Dingo to make 2 shots in a row to make the score 2-1, giving the Foxes the lead again. What can you say other than the amount of pressure he's putting on the defense, getting these mistakes?
Yeah, it's more of that that 1-2 that's putting the pressure on. Because again, all the players are watching that man on the sidewall saying, okay, we're not going to let him go for some air drill. We're not going to let him get some shot off the wall. We're going to make sure he has to do something. But instead he's like, okay, fine. I see my team in the distance. I trust him to score this. I'm going to give it to him. And that's just that level of trust that the Foxes have. And now they have the lead once again like they did in game number 1.
Absolutely. Here we are, Raspy already trying to play a little bit of offense here again. He's already got 2 goals. But, they're just passing it to each other, trying to get the Puffins to make one more mistake, get one more point on the lead, one more point on the scoreboard. Just trying to find some teammate mid. Here's Super Hot looking for a teammate. Raspy almost being that teammate, but it is saved by Jawbreaker. Wesley also just trying to get a passing play. I agree with what you were saying earlier. Foxes are relying quite a bit on these passing plays. And because of that, Puffins are able to get very large clears, wouldn't you say?
Absolutely. But again, now it turns into a counterattack. That's a great play by Subot to set up his teammate, but the bounce goes a little too high for the follow to come in and try and put a shot on target. And Puffins now got to make a counterattack. Really awkward situation. They just really haven't had control of the tempo, and they just got to figure something out here, or else I just don't see him coming back in this game.
I agree. Both teams are doing a lot of the same thing here. They do a pass and then the other team clears it. And it's been a lot of the same. It's just about taking advantage of the defense's mistakes. And it seems like Foxes are just doing a better job of at defense, because it's keeping the Puffins from being able to take advantage of those mistakes. And they're definitely taking advantage of the Puffins' mistakes, making the score 2-1 to get on the lead in this game.
Exactly, and now Puffins, they're just trying to get some mistakes out of defense. You can see them throwing the ball time and time again, as it's just not working out. They're just giving away possession, and the Foxes, we know what they do with space. They're just going to set each other up and make another beautiful goal.
Absolutely. Here we are, Raspy just trying to keep it from going in front of the net. Here he is with a great clear again from Wesley to Raspy. And now it's going mid. Is Super Hot going to be able to make a shot off this? No, Ant is going to be there to give him a little bit of pressure, make him miss that one. But Jawbreaker on the Puffins is going to try and carry it over and get a pass maybe. But Wesley's going to be there knocking it away. Here's Raspy possibly going up the wall, maybe trying to get a little air dribble second, but no, Jawbreaker is there to defend.
When tries to get the bump, almost gets it. Just a game of inches in that moment. You know, a little more boost and he has it. And, you know, that's another opportunity for the Puffins going to the wayside. And you just feel like this game's going to run away with them if they can't get some air quick here. Opportunity, and he's going to get, no, he doesn't follow. Finished there by Raspy Dingo.
Raspy Dingo with all 3 goals in this game so far. He's gotten a pass from each one of his teammates, 2 from Super Hot and 1 from Wesley. But again, like you were saying, Fox is with these passing plays just taking advantage of the defensive breakdowns on the Puffins.
Absolutely, and again, it's all coming down. You know, we need to see Jawbreaker play that solo play. Never mind, Frost, you do it for me. Shut me up. That's what I like to see. Great air dribble play from him. But we do need to see more plays like this from the Puffins. It just feels like they're getting out mechanics, and they finally break through that defensive wall of the Foxes.
Yeah, I can't disagree. The Foxes are putting up a great defensive wall. It's nice to see the Puffins trying to keep themselves in the game here with that goal, but, you know, can they get another one? It looks like they're going to actually give up a goal. Here we are, Puffins just trying to get the score matched, but Super Hot out of nowhere to put a shot on net.
Oh, Ant, that's all on Ant. Ant got worried that shot was on target and tries to get the save, but there was no shot to save. It was going off the post, and he ends up putting it in. And that's just very detrimental as he now cuts Jawbreaker off, not able to get a solo play now. And you can just see the chemistry just not there for the Puffins as we've seen it for the Foxes.
Yeah, I can't disagree. The Puffins are just trying to stay together, stick together like glue, but it's almost like some sort of water has gotten in there and mixed with the glue, and they're starting to come apart with their both defense and, well, I was going to say offense, but they're getting some great clears over to the Foxes side now, and I don't want to speak too soon and let them shut me up again.
Exactly. I will say I would have gotten the glue reference, but I did not pass chemistry, so we're going to just say that makes sense. But now Fox is giving up an opportunity. Free shot. What a save by Wesley. And that's going to be the end of this game. They're going to have to try and get the goal back. Frost able to get it. And once again, we see the Foxes take a dominant win, really feels like, over the Puffins.
Absolutely. This is Foxes in game 2. They make the series 2-0. And this one wasn't by as much of a lead, I don't believe, but a lead's a lead. 2 points, that's enough to shut down a game and get it in the record books and say you won.
Yeah, and again, I think this really comes down to kind of the players you picked for this matchup. Because again, in Academy League and Champ League, which we had earlier, you have a really big roster. You have a roster you can play around with. You can have many different lineups. And you go into week 1, you play both of your 10-5 saying, hey, Jawbreaker, this is your challenge. You got to be able to show us that you can be our, star player like we know you can. And we just really haven't seen that from him. We've really seen kind of that no really passing and kind of plays between each other. It's just been like, okay, I'm going to go for an air dribble. I'm going to try and do something on my own. Where the Foxes on the other side of the field have just been, hey, you want the ball? Sure, take it. You got it, man. And that's been the difference of this series. Like, somebody's got to champion the Puffins. They want to get a game here.
Absolutely. Here's Puffins just trying to get themselves back into the series, not give it away already, because they're, Fox is going 2-0 so far in the series. So Puffins playing a lot of offense off the beginning, just trying to put some shots on net. I think you mentioned earlier, the Puffins are playing very much just hit the backboard as much as you can, and eventually it's going to go in. And I gotta say, I believe in that a little bit myself. So it looks like they're going back to their game 1 mechanics, just trying to hit the backboard as many times as possible.
And that's just not going to work, as we see clearly Foxes have been outplaying them in the air. And for most part, Frost had 1 good air dribble last game, but that's not going to be enough. You've got to switch it up if you want to be able to take a game off these guys. Hopefully this shot will do something. Great save by Super Hot. And it just feels like Puffins, you got a lot of work to do if you want to even out this series.
Absolutely. Puffins are just trying to play offensively. Maybe I see Frost there just trying to get a demo. Just find some way to break the defense up. And that's really what they're trying to do. They're putting as much pressure as possible on this Ant with a great 50, puts it in front of the net, but Super Hot's just gonna knock it away again. They can't get a break with the defense of the Foxes, and then the Foxes, like you said, they're just gonna be like, hey, you want the ball? And then they'll be like, yeah, sure, and then they'll go make a point. That's what this series has come down to so far.
Yeah, and I mean, dude, the Puffins have had unbelievable opportunity in this game. They actually just had a really unfortunate crossbar, but what they're doing differently is they're playing much more in the midfield. They're really saying, hey, teammate, you go cause some chaos. So as we see multiple nails with Jawbreaker, open net, no one able to finish. But we see these plays where they're now kind of trusting each other, saying, I'm going to let you go for it, and I'm going to be here to follow up for you. As another shot comes in, Fox is now on the back foot.
Exactly. I couldn't agree more. They're finally getting their rotations and chemistry together. Is it too late, though, in Game 3 for them to win the series? I don't know. Maybe we'll see a reverse sweep. I saw one of those last night. You know, it's never too early or never too late to say, and there they are getting a goal. Ant finishing it off greatly. I think he got a little bit of an air dribble there and a double tap off of Wesley. Very good shot by Ant.
That's just mean, Ant. Come on, you can't dunk him like that. After all these plays they've been doing, you say, no, it's not over yet. And this is what I want to see. Play more of that mechanical game over the Foxes, and they're doing it here. Another bad bar to play. The goalie's awkward. Ant once again makes the play happen. And we've seen it now. Teamwork makes the dream work.
Yeah, that was a great pass off of the backboard by Frost as well. Sets his teammate up perfectly, gets it just behind West where he can't defend, and opens Ant up for a free goal. Very, very well done by the Puffins team. And like you said, they're trusting each other now. That one of them goes forward and they say, yeah, I trust you. I'll follow you up. And then one stays back, one defends. They're getting the rotations and trust in each other on point now.
And we're just going to have to see how they recover from this, because Foxes, they've had the lead this whole series. They haven't had any sort of, lead like against them at all. And as I say that, of course, Super Hot says, oh, no, we're going to get the lead back. Just hold on. Great player.
Yeah. Super Hot just trying again. I said it earlier, they don't want us to be right. And I think you followed it up with our job's not supposed to be easy. I think you are correct with that one. Here we are. It looks like West is trying to knock it over to his teammate, and they're going to get another goal. You were right. They were just saying, give us a second. We'll take the lead back. Here they are. They tied it up. It's a great pass to the left for West for Super Hot to finish off into the Puffins goal.
Yeah, that's a really bad commit from Frost. He's clearly not going to get the touch there. Ball kickoff goes right into the white half. Not really anything you can do with it. As Super Hot says, just thank you very much. I'll take that. And now you have a tie game. Puffins, it's up to you again. Make something happen. Show us that you can win this game here.
Absolutely. Here we are, Puffins playing a little bit of offense now, making the Foxes play defense. And we almost just saw a triple commit from the Foxes, but then somebody in there said, no, I'm going for it, and everybody slowed down, and it made them be able to collect themselves to continue playing defense. Here we see Puffins not able to get a shot on right as I say that. Here's Ant putting a shot on, but it's saved by Raspy. Very well done by the Foxes defense and also by the Puffins offense, keeping the pressure.
And as I say, like chemistry, is so important. The Fox are showing it here. The shot total for both teams is 9-2 in favor of the Puffins, and it's a tie game right now. Foxes have scored on both opportunities because of that chemistry. They are trusting each other on defense and on offense, and that's what's causing them to stay in this game. If they were not in that situation, they'd be down by much more than what they're in.
Absolutely, and we're seeing again great communication even from the Puffins. Right as I say that, there's a little bit of a double commit, but Jawbreaker's going to stay back and say, no, it's fine. I will play defense for the team. We will be okay. And here they are just holding Foxes off as Fox is trying to get a shot on net. We got Raspy now is just trying to play a little bit of offense. Ant trying to knock it away. Lots of action here on the Puffin side. Puffins just trying to get a clear over to the Fox's side and maybe make a goal off of it, but we might end up going to overtime. What do you have to say about that?
Oh, Ant almost gets the beautiful bump play. He's really been trying to put the team on his back this game. He has both goals, really just playing the offensive threat that the Puffins have needed in this series. But that's a big miss there. Open shot. Oh, and it's not going to make it there. Hits the ground. One more second. That's a Game 3 win for the Foxes. And now they got to make it happen in OT. First OT we've seen this series as the first 2 games actually just blowouts. So we got to see who's going to step up when it matters most.
Absolutely. It's very nice to see in overtime. I'm glad the Puffins are sticking in it, not letting the Foxes shut them down anymore. Puffins are showing them we are a team to be reckoned with. You cannot just sit around and mess with us. We will come back and we will fight back. And as I say that, Puffins here trying to get a shot on net, but there's some great defense by Raspy. Yeah, you mentioned the save. Very well done by Foxes now.
And they're going to try and make a passing play happen. Not going to work out. Awkward situation. Wesley backflips, open net, but there's no shot. Raspy taking too much time. And
there is Ant.
Makes it happen. Once again, the catalyst for this offense in game number 3. And they bring it back.
Yeah, and looking at the stats from this game now that it is over, Ant scored all 3 of the winning goals for the Puffins. That being said, he didn't do it alone. He had very good defensive plays by his teammates, and he got a very good assist from Frost earlier off the backboard. It's all about just putting that pressure on. I think Ant would say that is they just kept hitting the backboard until it would go in.
Absolutely, and the one way to break up chemistry, like with a team who's playing so consistently like the Fox are and together, throw in some demos, make them panic and have that kind of thing in the back of their head saying, hey, watch out, there's someone coming, I gotta play this faster, panic. Especially in Academy, that's very common to happen. And Jawbreaker, 3 early demos led to that first goal from Ant. And ever since then, the Puffins really were just kind of in the head of the Foxes, and they were just like, oh God, is there a demo coming? Do I need to wait? And you just kind of, you mess with that chemistry, you're going to get opportunities much more. But that game definitely was a little scary.
Yeah, for sure. I know the Puffins were glad to get a comeback to not let the series slip away from them yet, because now it is a series of 2 games to 1 game. Foxes are still in the lead as far as the series goes, but Puffins looking for a reverse sweep is ideal for them. You know, maybe we'll find another one today. Can't wait to watch it be played out.
Absolutely. But the thing is, for the Puffins, as well as Ant played, you can't expect that for 3 straight games. That was a great game. I mean, he basically doubled the shots from the Foxes with how he played. That would be a star-studded game for him if they end up coming back and reverse sweeping this. But it's all going to come down to who else is going to step up on offense. We got Jawbreaker, another bump! Ant puts it in. Frost, you're just disgusting.
Yes, that was a nasty fake by Frost, getting a fake and then a demo. It's almost like a repeat of what happened in game 3. They bumped the defense and then Ant coming in to finish it off. Very nice start. I think that was a 9-second goal, so that's exactly what Puffins are looking for to get the reverse sweep in this series.
And it's just going to be a big trendsetter. Again, Foxes lost the only game they were down in, but they haven't been looking for each other like they did in the first game. As I say that, who needs to look for each other when you got Wesley on your team?
Absolutely. Wesley gets a little bit of a pass to himself, flicks it over the team, and then a very awkward shot and a very nice angle for Wesley. That'll put him on the board and put him even on a scouting list if he ever wants to go to a different team.
And now, again, now you're in the Puffin spot. You got to get the lead back. It happened in game number 3, and they were able to get it back, but this is a trend. You just got to be smart with your touches here.
Absolutely. A lot of difference between this game and game 3, but also in game 1 and 2. In game 1 and 2, Foxes were basically on offense the entire time, and in game 3, it was the same thing except Puffins were on offense the entire time. Now we're playing a little bit more of a ping pong game. It's going back and forth. See, here's Ant with a clear, knocking it back to the Foxes side just after the Foxes played a little bit of offense. So it's really just back and forth. This game, unlike the other 2 games that we've seen.
Yeah,
here's 3, sorry.
An offer opportunity. Foxes had all the time in the world, but no one really wanted to push up the field and challenge. Big double miss here. And Frost just gets a free clear out downfield. Ant not going to be able to beat the challenge. But as I say that, you know, you're right. You know, these teams have been trading, you know, pressure from game to game. But if you're the Foxes, is that nerves getting to you? Are you kind of, you know, those first 2 games, it's like, oh, we lose it, we can still win this series. Now you're later on, and you're kind of saying, oh God, we can't throw this. Like, we can't do that.
Yeah, you know, after what you said, after winning 2 games and then losing the third, maybe they're a little more scared now because they thought they had it in the bag, and now it's, you know, a little more questionable. Do they have it in the bag, or is Puffins going to make a comeback and get a reverse sweep? And Puffins are definitely making it hard on them, as there was just a shot and it was saved by Super Hot. But, you know, it's all about the pressure for the Puffins. The Fox is getting another save from Ant, and here's Frost trying to put another shot on goal. Ant again knocking it mid. Just a lot happening here. It's a lot of offense from Puffins and a lot of defense from Foxes.
Yeah, and I just feel like the Foxes are just not looking for each other like they are. They're just panic hitting everything. Like, again, Wesley, just a really uncontrolled flip there. Not really anything you're going to get out of that touch. And what a great call off here. Frost gets a beat here, trying to make something happen. Great center here for Jawbreaker. Going off the point for Ant, but he's not going to be super hot. But this is what I'm saying. Foxes need to go back to what they're doing in games 1 and 2. Look for each other. Show that you have the better chemistry. Because right now, I'm starting to lose hope in it.
Yeah, Foxes very much so. Game 1 and 2 showed that they had the better chemistry. But Puffins in Game 3 saying, no, you don't. Right as I say that, Foxes are going to take the lead with a great pass from Raspy. Here we see a pinch off the wall and then Super Hot to finish it off. Puffins just not able to play any defense there.
I'm sorry, Foxes fans, and I'm falling. I was so wrong. That was a great passing play. But again, we've seen that from them. That's what they need to go back to. If they go back to this, I don't see the Puffins having a shot here because of how dominant they are when they look like that, when they play like this. And so we're going to have to see, can the Puffins respond now? They haven't won the game when they were down, so let's see if they can do it here.
Yeah, I agree with that. We haven't seen them in, I think we're on Game 4 now, and we haven't seen them win a single game that they were down on. As far as Game 3 went, they were up the entire time. The question is, are they going to be able to take this pressure of now being down a goal and turn it into something? And Ant just trying to do that. Same with Jawbreaker, a pass to Ant. Frost not able to get there before Wesley. Wesley's going to knock it down to the Puffin side. Jawbreaker still getting great clears, just trying to keep Puffins on offense, but he has a little bit of a breakdown there. And here's Frost and Ant accidentally double committing, playing a little close, but Frost with the shot, and it's going to give the assist to Ant. What a great play.
And another physical play from the Puffins. It works out. Like, do Puffins have like talent or something? Because they are just being so aggressive on these Foxes players. Jawbreaker with another bump play that sets up the open net. And Puffins, if you want to find a way to get into the heads of your opponents, this is how you do it.
Absolutely. You get the defense out of the way, and then what can they do? It's an open net, and that's exactly what Puffins are going for. They keep hitting it off the backboard. Someone clears out the net by getting a nice demo or a bump. Super hot here with the save. There was a very nice clear, but it looked like it might have been on net. Just lots of action by the Puffins, again, trying to play as much offense as they can, forcing the Foxes to play a lot of defense.
Exactly. And the thing with the Foxes is now they're cutting to our back cut here, puts an over opportunity, and that's not a great clear. Luckily, Raspy able to save the team and force this last 10 seconds to look likely to go to OT unless we see a great offensive play from one of these teams. That's a great pop from Raspy, looking for Wesley, but doesn't look like it's going to happen. And hits to the corner, and we have overtime.
Are we about to see a repeat of Game 3 here? We went into overtime in Game 3, and then the Puffins took over. Are they going to do it again and score up the series 2-2? I think that only the time can answer that question. Here's Ant with a great clear over to the Foxes side, looking for teammates. Here he is with a bump. Like you were saying earlier, Puffins are playing a lot of bumping plays.
And it's working. Clearly, they're getting the heads of these Fox players because they're rushing their touches. Another bad double commit. And they're just clearly in the heads. They're winning this mental game by a mile at this point. Because mechanically, I still think the Foxes have been outplaying them. But The Puffins make an opportunity off the crossbar, follows there, and it's off the post. Not able to make it happen, but Foxes clearly trying to get back and get back into their form.
Absolutely. I do agree with what you were saying. I think overall Foxes do win mechanically, but do they win the mental game? I don't think so. Puffins getting great demos, getting great offensive plays, getting the defense to no longer be there to be able to save anything.
Now it's going to really come down to who's going to make that solo effort to open the field up, because clearly both teams are playing two-man back. They're not letting an overcommit occur. So either it's going to come down to which player is going to make something happen, whether it be a bump or whether it be a solo miracle. So let's see who makes it here.
We are super hot with a shot, and he is actually going to make Foxes win the series. So far 3-1. We'll see if Puffins can go ahead and get another game under their belt. But that was a very good shot. He picked it up and put it over the defender, and then there was nothing the defender could do about it.
And that's what it comes down to. Who makes that play to like lift your team to that next level? Who's going to be the one to do that? And Supa does it again. He led the team in goals last game. He does it again here. He says, we're not giving that game 5 opportunity to reverse sweep. That's not happening. And they do it again.
Absolutely, and it's a very close shots ratio between the two teams. We see one team has, I think I counted 7 shots and the other with 10, so not that big of a difference. However, the amount of saves the Foxes have is significantly more than the amount of saves Puffins have compared to a normal game. Foxes have 6 saves, and Puffins only with 4 saves. And that might not sound like a big difference, but if you think about it, how many shots did the Puffins have to put on net to make Foxes have to get 6 saves? Very well done by Puffins offensively, and very, very well done by Foxes defensively.
And it all comes down to that chemistry. Like the Foxes, they trust each other on defense. Even with all that aggression that came in, those bumps and that panic that got into their head, they still came through and they made it happen and work in their way where they could pull out a win, even in the most really awkward of situations. And Super Hot with that exclamation point in overtime. And now this game 5 is all for game differential, which is very important when you get to later in this season and the head-to-heads.
Absolutely. Here we are. Puffins playing a lot of offense again. It's like they know that they've lost the series at this point, so why not continue to try their hardest? The pressure's off. Now it's just about having fun and winning the game, and they're doing very well. They're getting lots of defensive clears, a lot of offensive shots, and we are only 30 seconds into the game.
And it's going to be really intriguing to see, who's going to get the opening goal this game, because opening goals have clearly made a big impact here. Fox's opening goal in Game 4, Puffins opening goal in Game 3. Every team that's opened the scoring has won it, so momentum is going to be very important to see who wins it.
Absolutely. Here Ant is trying to make advantage of that open net, but he's going to get demoed by Raspy, and then Raspy's just going to knock the ball away and say, no, not in my net. And here is Ant getting a nice defensive clear, and Frost to carry it over to the corner. Very well offensive plays by Puffins now, just trusting each other. Like you were saying earlier, it's all about the chemistry.
And here we go again. Super Hot trying again to make something happen. And another play off the backboard from Raspy, but Wesley not going to come in up too far yet. This is the game where I feel like the Foxes are really going to punish you, because they know they've won the series. They know that they get the win in the category over this division rival. So you can kind of be a little more lenient to send that third man upfield. So I'm going to try to see if they get a little more creative with their offensive plays.
Absolutely. So just out of curiosity, what do you think this game is going to end up going to? I personally think the Puffins might have it. Now that the pressure's off and the Puffins are trying to prove me right, they just got a goal there. Good goal by Jawbreaker.
That's not supposed to happen. They're supposed to prove us wrong, Puffins. Well, why are you proving us right here? That's not what you're supposed to do here. Foxes.
I know.
Unfortunate situation, and they get punished for a little bit of an overcommit from the third. Not great control, and it gets punished. So here we go. The Foxes have to pull something out here. You don't want to give up a 3-2, especially after you have a 3-1. Losing that game 5 is one of the most crushing feelings.
Absolutely. And when you win a game, you want to win it or a series, you want to win it all the way. Even going 5-0 is amazing, but you know, 4-1, that's as second best as you can get. You can't get, the only better you can get than that is to just go 5-0.
Yeah, only one person can dream, can't they? But
yeah,
it's going to be interesting to see Jawbreaker trying to get the wall. He does beat one. He'll probably beat the second on the flip here, not able to actually make contact, and it's Ant versus Supa. Imagine we've seen a lot this series on the offensive side of the field, and that time it goes to Ant.
Yeah, absolutely. Frost here trying to play a little bit of offense, tries to get some bumps, and Jawbreaker trying to take advantage of the bumps, but Super is already recovered, and so is Wesley. I agree with what you were saying. It's almost like Foxes are being a little more lenient with sending the third man up because they know they've won the series, and because of that, Puffins are taking advantage of it. We saw that shot they got earlier, the third man was pushed up a little bit too far, and it's not necessarily a bad thing. The Foxes know they've won the series. Is it going to be the difference between them getting a 4-1 though, or a 3-2, and they're going to shut me up as they score a goal to tie the game?
See, that's what we need to see. We need to shut us up. That's what we need here, Foxes. There we go. But yeah, great play from, again, great read from Wesley. Sees the defense pushing way too far out of net and just punishes them with an open net shot. Works every time. The ball is put on target. And now Puffins, you gotta try and get something here. Get a 2-goal lead back. That's what won you game number 3, is when you got a multi-goal lead. Putting yourself only up by 1 is just not usually enough. So we're gonna have to see if they can get the lead back.
Absolutely. Here's Ant already trying to play offense again, knocking it into the Fox's corner. Lots of passes. Oh, is this about to be a shot? No, Frost is going to save it. Shot from Raspy, but Frost again says not in my net. And a great shot again by Super, but it's going to be off the crossbar. Jawbreaker with a great clear. Can Frost or Ant follow it up? They can. They're just trying to play offense, maybe get their lead back with 1 minute remaining.
Yeah, and Ant had a great opportunity. All 3 players committed for the Foxes, and Wesley actually left the ball for boost. But unfortunately, Ant got a really unfortunate pinch, which put the ball out of scoring position. And now they got to try and create something again. Try and get these Foxes to overcommit. See if they're going to cheat a little too far out for the food. And we're going to see what they do here. 45 seconds remains. That's a great shot from Super. Oh, my goodness.
Right as Foxes started to back off and be like, okay, we should get ready for a little bit of defense, Super's like, no, don't worry about it. I'll put 1 on net. And Jawbreaker, not expecting it, just comes out of nowhere with 42 seconds left, giving Foxes the lead.
I swear now, every time I see him score, I think of the game Super Hot, where it just goes super hot. And that's just me thinking of him now, because he's just been the offensive catalyst for this Foxes team. You want a man who's going to make it happy. He clutches up the series in game number 4, and he gives the team the lead in game number 5 to get this 4-1. But the Puffins have an opportunity. Shot the backboard. Ball there, but it's not on target. Foxes avoid.
Absolutely. Foxes just playing an absolutely defensive game here. And Puffins now trying to play a lot of offense. Mentioning Super Hot, you said he's doing super well on offense, and you are correct, but if we look at his stats, he's also doing great on defense. He's got 3 saves this series. He's making himself known on both sides of the field. No matter what it is, there is Super Hot, and we are going to end this series with a 4-1 game played. What do you have to say about that?
I mean, Foxes deserved this series. Going into it after games 1 and 2, they looked like this was going to be a 5-0. But the Puffins, they deserve credit. They found ways to steal wins from this roster of the Foxes. Again, when you're playing with 2 10-5s, you're expected to get 5-0'd. You know, that's what you're expected to have happen. But they play it well. They play this more of, let's play aggressive. Let's play this physical offense. And it did steal them a game in game number 3, and it almost got them that 3-2 loss. So again, they did get something out of it. It's not the end of the world, especially being only week 1. But next week, definitely going to have to look at the drawing board once again.
Absolutely. A great job to both of the team. Very by both sides. We've got Puffins, who did get a game in the series, and Foxes closing it out with a 4-1 win. Very well done. I think we are about ready to go to break. Luke, do you have any final words for us?
Super hot. That's all I have. I mean, that dude was on fire. Give it to him. That man showed up when it needed to matter. That's going to be a guy I definitely want to watch later in this season.
Absolutely. Y'all heard it from Luke first. Watch Super Hot if you are in AL for the Foxes. he might just be the person to ruin your day and win Foxes the series. I think without a further ado, we're ready to go to break, so let's go ahead and go to break.